Hello my dear students, how are you? I hope all of you are well by the mercy of Almighty Allah. Today I would like to discuss with you a new topic from our English grammar, that is tag questions, especially for class 9. Tag question. Dear learners, do you know what is tag questions? Okay, I will define tag questions now. The questions which adds to the statement to get approval of the listeners is called tag questions. We can also say the tag questions are the small questions that often come at the end of sentences. For example, Rohim is playing football. Isn't he? Look at the sentence. Rohim is playing football. Isn't he? This part is our tag questions form. So, if we look at the statement, Rohim is playing football. This is a affirmative statement, and the tag questions form negative. So, from the sentence, we will get, if the statement is an affirmative statement, then tag question form will be negative. If I write down a negative statement, Rohim is not a good student. Rohim is not a good student. So, this statement is a negative statement because here not is present. So, the tag questions form will be is he. Dear students, so from the two examples we have understood so far that if the statement is affirmative, the tag questions form will be negative. If the statement is negative, the tag questions form will be affirmative. If we analyze this sentence once again, Rohim is a noun. Here, Rohim becomes converted into he, because in the tag questions, when we make, the noun form will be changed into pronoun. So, Rohim becomes he, and the auxiliary verb isn't. Look at the verb here. Isn't, that is not. Is not becomes isn't, because when we make tag questions, we need to use the constructed form of auxiliary verb. That means the short form of auxiliary verb, or is not becomes isn't. So, this is the important things when we make tag questions. So, my dear students, do you understand so far? If you have any problem, then write down in the comment section. I'll try to provide the solutions. Dear students, now I would like to move forward. If there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence, then what could be the tag questions form? Rana writes a letter. Rana writes a letter. Is there any auxiliary verb here? No, there is no auxiliary verb here. So, what could be the tag questions form here? The rules is here, when there is no auxiliary verb in the statement, then the use of verb to be, if there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence, the tag question form is formed by the use of verb to do by the proper form, like do, did, does, etc. So, is the sentence indicates that this is an example of simple indefinite tense, and the auxiliary verb obviously do, because the subject Rana is the third person singular number. So, not do, that is does. Doesn't he? Rana writes a letter. Doesn't he? Because this statement is an affirmative statement. For that reason, we need to use here negative tag questions. So, doesn't. Does comes here because there is no auxiliary verb in the statement. Rita played cricket. Look at the verb here, played. Is there any auxiliary verb here? There is no auxiliary verb. So, Rita played cricket. This is an affirmative statement. So, the tag questions form will be negative. So, didn't see. Rita played cricket. Didn't see. So far, we have learned that if the statement becomes affirmative, the tag questions form will be negative. If the statement becomes negative, the tag question form will be affirmative. If there is no auxiliary verb, the verb to be used by the correct form. Now, I will show you some another examples. Everything is possible for men. Everything is possible for men. Look at the subject here. Everything. Everything, something, anything, nothing. For this, we'll get it. That means everything, instead of everything, we'll use here it, and it now is the subject. So, is here verb. So, isn't it? Everything is possible for man. The tag question form, isn't it? Every mother loves her child. Every mother loves her child. So what could be the tag question for? Obviously, for every mother, we'll get here they. They is the subject here. Every mother loves. Look at the sentence. Loves, the verb. Here, every mother considered as third person singular number, but when they becomes the subject, the verb will be used here according to the they. So, don't they. Have you got it? Every mother loves her child. Here, every mother is the subject. Every mother, everyone, nobody, somebody, someone. For this types of sort of subject, we will use the pronoun form they. So here they is the subject and don't used here because the verb is in present tense. So according to the subject, we need to use here don't. If I write down another examples on the basis of the same sentence structure, every father is absent. What could be the tag questions for? Every father is absent. Look at the verb here, is, but every father, every mother is all the same. So here we'll get the pronoun form they. So I'll use here they. But my question is, isn't they or aren't they? What is the actual form? What is the correct form? After they, what should we use? They are or they is? Obviously they are. Are they? Is it correct? No, because the statement is affirmative. We need to use here negative. Aren't they? Now the statement is correct. My dear students, tag questions is not so difficult because if we try to understand without fear or hesitation, then it is easy. Now I will show you some words that indicates a negative statement, but though there is no not at all. Hardly, scarcely, little, few, seldom, etc. These sort of sentence words are considered as negative. So when we found these sorts of words in the statement, the statement will be considered as negative. So the tag question form will be affirmative. For example, I have little interest in politics. What could be the tag questions for? Look at the statement. I have little interest. Little. So these words indicates that this statement considered as negative So the tag questions form will be affirmative. Have I or do I? Both the form is correct. So my dear students, that's all from my today's class. I hope you have enjoyed my class so far. In the next class, I'll discuss with you another new topic from our grammar.